Right, so I know there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans out there, and because I'm a songwriter, I'm a lyrics aficionado, and so this is obviously to promote my my guitar method, which I think is great for figuring out songs. And so let's take a look at how I would go about this and share that perspective. So I got to pick a note. I'm going to grab any note. That sounds good. So is the next good note 1/2 step away or a full step? That would be bad. So that means these are good. So now the next question is the next good note a 1/2 step from this one or a full step? And then once we know that, we've got a lot of information. That doesn't sound good. That sounds better. So now we've got a triple block. Is the next triple block below? It would either be that or that, and that doesn't sound good, so that means this is definitely it. So now we got 2 triple blocks. That doesn't sound good, so it's a headset. And at that point, I know the whole map. And if you don't know what I just did and how I figured all that out, I have videos that'll show you how to do that. But step 1 is to find or know the pattern. Step 2 is to position the pattern in the right spot. And there's really only one pattern. That's a little bit of an overstatement, but not much. So as soon as I know I've got this second row triple block, like I said, I know the whole map from there, and not just in that column. I know the whole map, left, right, up, down. And I also know that this is the root of the chord I call Mama, or Ma, and it's a major chord, and that's pretty much where her chord progression is centered on. And goes up to older brother, and then goes straight down to Papa, and then back to younger sister. And I can play along with it to just prove it or demonstrate it. So that's pretty much it. It's Mama, older brother, Papa, and younger sister. And I guess it's probably worth mentioning that I'm on the 7th fret, but I'm detuned. My strings are all loosened a full step, and I actually do recommend that because it makes playing easier on your fingers. All my solo and phrasing where I'm bending, it's just easier to play. It's almost murder on your fingers to have them at full tension. So that would be a tip from me. But see, what's the next point worth making? Let me take you to the map where you can actually see what's in my mind, because as I play this, you don't know what's in my mind. You don't see all the notes. There's a map sitting under all my chords and all my phrases, and it's one singular map. All right, so you can hear the music, and if I were to try to keep up with the chords, it'd be Mama, then older brother, and then Papa, and then younger sister, back to Mama. So yeah, that's the chord progression. Mama, and then older brother, and then the next chord is Papa, and you can play it up here, but it just so happens that Papa is also located right here. I'd have to turn off Older Brother. I don't know if that caused a problem. There you go. So you can drop down and play Papa right here. That's what I was doing. And sometimes I'm lazy with my fingers and just play a ninth, which sounds okay if you don't emphasize. But my point here, part of what you're supposed to be marveling at is that these are all the available notes. This is what goes on inside the head of somebody who actually knows what's going on, not just learning a song in like mimicking. Because it's one thing to be the kind of player who just, is like a wind-up toy. You can learn where to put your fingers, but you don't understand the music theory going on. It's much better and not that hard to learn the music theory. Then you know all the available notes. For example, if you wanted to voice other notes, like if you were playing this minor chord, this Papa minor chord, and you wanted to voice the ninth without losing the third, you could do that. You could actually stretch your fingers out, and I love the way that sounds. Sometimes I'll voice the ninth right here because this is the same note as that note. Those are the kinds of things you need to become aware of. So anyways, you could play it Mama first, and then Older Brother, and then Papa. You could play it where you're rooting on the E string, and then drop down to Younger Sister, which is right here. You could do that. There's many different ways to play this, but that's the essential, those are the essential chords. And much of the song is pretty much that repeated. So there you have it. You not only have the chords, but you also have all the notes. And, if you don't believe me, try playing these notes the way they're positioned relative to the chords. You could have this whole thing tuned to a different key and play it in other positions too, as long as all the notes move with it. That's a significant concept. What I just did showing you how to change keys, like if you look on, Guitar Noise, or not Guitar Noise, Ultimate Guitar, when I first loaded up the page, it showed it in G. This would be in G because F sharp G, so I should move it one more. There, this would be in G, but a lot of people don't play this G chord as a bar chord. They play it more like this and have these be open. Let me bring that out so I can show you. So those notes would be, you can't see it, but they're played open right there. And this would be like the lazy man's G major chord. So, all right, those are my thoughts on how to play that song. I hope the fact that I'm showing you I'm making an attempt to show you what's going on inside the mind of a player who knows all the music theory going on, the full map, it benefits you greatly. And I hope you experiment with it. And if you benefit from it at all, be sure to like and subscribe and comment and share. And if you got any questions, be sure to throw them in the comments and I'll get to them. So the same thing works on the piano. Let's grab a random note. That doesn't sound good. These two must be good. Remember, every bad note is surrounded by good notes. So now we've got these two. Is this the next good note? No. That sounds better. So now we've got a triple block because that's whole step, whole step. Now we go, let's test out whether there's another triple block up here. It's either that or a bridge. That doesn't sound good, so it's another triple. So we got two triples now. And notice it's a triple block is a whole step, and we got a half step here. The two triple blocks are connected, like they're adjacent to each other by a half step. So that's two triple blocks. Is the last triple block a half step higher than this last one here? Sounds like it. So there's our triple blocks. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 triple blocks. So, If you know how this works, you know that's mama. That's the home chord. And this would be the next chord. And let's see where the next chord would be. Okay, so it goes mama. Then it goes older brother. And then it goes papa. And then younger sister. Where would younger sister be? Yeah, that's it. I lost my place now. There's mama. So I gotta remember that this is the root of mama. And then older brother. And then papa. And then older sister, younger sister. I don't even play piano. You see that the song ended on the home chord, mama. So there's how you do it on piano. And I could, like I say, I don't play piano, so it gets a little, like I can get lost really easy, but I can find my way back. We can rewind this and I can show you how so if I picked it, I could start all over. That sounds good. Oh, I remember that's the root of mama, so I got a little bit of a cheater insight. Is it here? Or is it this? That sounds better. So now it's like we've got a headset. Is the next headset here? Sure enough. So there's our two headsets. That means that there's a bridge set over here. And then another bridge set. So if you know the rules, what comes after what, you can use your ear to figure out any song. So I know this is mama, and therefore a second row triple block, so I can launch off that. So there's a bridge set, two bridge sets, and I can use this little square to imagine a headset. So that we got our bridge set, and mama's root is right here. I just remember that whenever you have the little square, no matter where you are on the map. For example, back here, there it is, the little square. It's like the, I don't know, from the camera view, it's like the northwest corner of this little square. And then these other two are part of the triad. And that means there's a little square right here too. So I'm just trying to demonstrate that once you know the pattern, it's a lot of fun. There's a couple of bridge sets, a couple of headsets, and then a last row triple block. So if you know how these shapes are linked together, you have complete freedom to play all over the place. And it's, you know, conceivable that you get really good at this pattern because every song is this same pattern, just in a different position. And that's hard for some people to wrap their head around. And not only that, once you get familiar with these characters, these chords, rather than thinking of them as just minor chords, major chords, each one is a character. For example, younger sister, I know, can turn into a minor, and that's a very common, not as common as you might, you know, as I might be suggesting if I use the word common, but it's that sound is a known sound, and it's used by artists in many songs. And it sounds good, and Taylor Swift could have opted to use it. She could also go, it would give a little bit different sound, that older brother as a major chord. There you have it. Learn the pattern and have fun.